With the 12th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Booker, guard, Alabama.
He was a first-team All-American who just turned 21 2 weeks ago. Grew up in New Haven, Connecticut. Headed down to the IMG Academy where he was coached by former linebacker Pepper Johnson. Played in 38 games at Alabama. Started the final 27. All but one of those, Mel, was at left guard.
He's a powerhouse inside. He will beat you up. I'll tell you, it's a heavyweight fight when you go up against Tyler Booker, and you better bring it because he will beat you up. As a run blocker, he'll drive you off the ball. He never stops to sustain. And I thought he was in pass protection, Book. Outstanding. Now, he's phone booth guy. You want movement? It's got to be scheme fit. Movement's not his game. But as a guy in that has a power blocking team, he can drive you off the ball. And I thought, like I say, his pass pro skills at Alabama were excellent.
And I love this pick for the Cowboys. One Hall of Famer retires in Zach Martin, and you draft another guy who's I think has that kind of potential as a guard if you use him the right way. His power, his ability to take a man and move that man against his will. That's what the offensive lineman try to do. He can do that with the best of them, Greeny. Understand how to use him. You don't need to pull him around the edge and allow him to get on corners. Allow him to go downhill and displace the defenders and climb to the second level. This is a need pick. I think he's the best guard in the draft, and it fits what the Cowboys had to do.
But building the trenches is something that Dallas is trying to do, right? I mean, Tyler Booker, he's someone who, at 6'4" and 321, but I thought when he did get locked on to people, when he did, he could actually absolutely move some people. He'll probably play the right guard. Tyler Smith will play the left guard. And you see him here on some of those combo blocks. When he's able to get his hands inside and get his legs moving, he's going to get some surface removal. He's going to get some people knocked off the ball. I did think, he got a little top heavy, got out over his toes some. If he went up against a good three technique, was able to get on his edge and make him move laterally, he got a little top heavy. But look, that's why offensive line coaches are the most important coaches on a football staff, minus the outside of the head coach. And Dallas is going to have to make sure that they develop this young man, get him consistent with his fundamentals, so they can get it all out of him. And there's more plays like that you see on your screen than not.
So Alabama, by the way, now 17 consecutive years that they have had a player selected in round one. 16 had already been the longest streak for any school in draft history. So our colleague Nick Saban, very proud, no doubt about that, in his retirement doing the telecast tonight for us on ABC. So Bama once again with a...
The Kansas City Chiefs have traded the 31st pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 31st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jihaad Campbell, linebacker, Alabama.
Well, this young man has been on the radar a long time. He committed to Clemson at the age of 16, playing high school ball in New Jersey, ultimately flipped his choice to Alabama, where he led the Tide in tackles last year, including 11.5 for loss and 5 sacks.
21 on the big board. Greeny would have been gone a lot higher had it not been for the shoulder injury. He played great all year for Alabama. 117 tackles, team high 11.5 tackles for loss. 5 of those were sacks. Think about this football team, the way Hall of Fame GM Howie Roseman has constructed it. Half the starters, half the 22 are from the SEC. Like those proven entities, those guys who played for the big powers in the SEC. And Jihaad Campbell did, as I said, guys, he would have gone much higher had it not been for the shoulder injury.
Yeah, no doubt. And when you think about what Philadelphia is doing, you think that they re-signed Zach Bond, but a guy who they got off the street last year, who had an all-pro season and deserved a new contract, and now you bring in Jihaad Campbell. It's an athlete, Greeny. It's another weapon they can add to their defense, which lost some guys up front. They lost Milton Williams. They lost those guys, and so now you add an athlete on the back end, a guy that can roam and make plays in space. It's something to go along with Zach Bond to give them a dynamic duo on the back end.
Yeah, he's just a great athlete now. He can fly sideline to sideline. He can play 3-4 outside backer if you need him to, just like he's doing right here. Although this is just a 4-man front, and he's just rushing in their sub package. But he's got nice high side dip and bend and close on the quarterback. You can see why on some of the tape when he was playing off ball, right? And he's coming downhill and he's taking on linemen. You can see the shoulder issues because he didn't have that same top and be able to get off and get people off of him. But you figure this, if he's healthy and both of those, those shoulders are straight, this is a hell of an athlete. I mean, he just looks great. He's kind of hyped, too. He knows he's on a very good football team.
And they can wait. This is one organization, one football team can wait on Jihaad.
That's right.
Get healthy. Don't have to rush him. They drafted Cooper DeJean, who they stole in the second round.
Sure.
Why? Because he was coming off an injury.
Yeah.
They waited it out, and he was an impactful all year and was a key guy in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
So, again, Howie Roseman, I say Hall of Fame without question, GM.
I mean,
Nobody does it better. And to get a Jihaad Campbell, who, like I said, I had him at 21. Had not been for the injury, he would have been probably around 12 to 15. And like I said, they can wait till he's complete. It's not one shoulder, it's two.
Right, exactly.
Shoulder.
Exactly.
Wait till he's completely healthy. Shoulders are 100% before you get him back on the field, and they can wait it out.
You mentioned Howie Roseman. That was the Eagles' NFL high 11th trade involving a first-round pick since he took over in December of 2015. And he is standing by now. And when I say he, Jihaad Campbell is standing by with Molly. Verizon Business takes us down to the stage. Molly.
Jihaad, the defending Super Bowl champs just traded up for you. How will you repay their belief in you?
I'm going to give them 110%, everything I got in me. You know, the richer just got rich.
You told me that this week felt like an out-of-body experience. What is it like standing up here as the newest member of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Best team in the nation. I mean, what can I say? E-A-G-L-E-S. There we go.
Greeny.
Thank you.
He already knows.
Molly, he already knows. That's a great moment. Again, a young man who suffered those injuries thought he might have to wait until tomorrow night. And here's his name called again in a trade with Kansas City. Shefty, what can you tell us?
Well, the Eagles tried trading up earlier in the draft to go get Jihaad Campbell, and the trade fell through, but they were able to persevere